One of the most dangerous comics one can read as both a consumer and a creator is Rags by Brian Ball, Trent Luthor, Luigi Teruel, and Liz Finnigan. And I'm not saying that the book is dangerous and therefore don't read it. It's actually the opposite. I'm saying that this book is dangerous because in all reality, a book like this shouldn't exist. And yet it does. And today I want to talk about the importance of the comic book Rags and why more people should be paying attention to it. And while I talk about this, I'll be drawing a page from my upcoming graphic novel, The Girl with the Mega Fist, Volume 1, which I'll be releasing early 2022. My name is Tyler Carpenter, and I'm an award-winning cartoonist, and I have too many opinions, too many stories that I want to produce, so let's have a silly goose time and talk about this. Okay, here we go. So why is this comic book dangerous? For a couple reasons, actually. First, the book is not what it seems. When I first got into the comic book scene, I was very quickly introduced to the character of Regina. I knew her as the ginger girl who was constantly in her undies, tatted up, and surrounded by zombies. I would occasionally see her in a cosplay outfit, but for the most part, I just figured this was a smut book, and that was it. And at the surface level, that's really what it feels like. This book at first glance is essentially about a ginger girl who is stuck in the zombie apocalypse and can't find pants. Very straightforward, except it's not. While this is true, this is also a story about friendship, betrayal, PTSD, and survival. This is the story of a broken character trying to make sense of the messed up world that they live in. This is the story of someone who has gone through many traumatic experiences and is trying to resolve each terrible memory one piece at a time. Throughout this entire story, not only are you going to be rooting for Regina to find some clothes, but you're also hoping that she can make friends, break down her walls, and get past all the trauma that has come her way. And this book holds nothing back. It's a very mature book filled with violence, swearing, and nudity. So that I could escape the nudity, I grabbed a copy published by Antarctic Press, which is censored, but it's barely censored. The second reason, though, why this book is dangerous is because of how unconventional this book is. It's a book that mixes genres constantly. You don't know if it's a black and white book or color. You don't know if this is a military zombie shooter or a book filled with supernatural magic. Yeah, I think that there's magic in here, but the creators don't talk about it. And not just that, the creative team does not care about the norms that are placed in the comic book world. Each issue of this series is a different page length. Sometimes it's 20 pages, sometimes it's 32 or 27 or I don't know. The point is, they seem perfectly fine breaking every rule in the book so that they can tell the story the way that they want to. And that's the thing, the story. The story is so unconventional. Each issue feels like a new genre. At one point, you'll be going through a PTSD trauma flashback, and another you'll have a manga-inspired fight sequence between one of the characters and the zombies, and then you'll go back to having the main character get into a blue unicorn one-piece outfit. Nothing makes sense, and yet there is beauty to it. In fact, the creators have slightly teased the second season of Rags, and well, just look at this. The first arc was apocalyptic and zombie-filled with gun-toting soldiers, and all of a sudden our two main characters are now wearing medieval armor, sporting melee weapons? What the heck is going on? And when you ask Brian what this arc is called, he'll just tell you it's called the Bieber arc. Yeah, the Bieber arc. Nothing makes sense. And that's one of the biggest problems I had while reading this book, because as a creator, I realized something. Brian and Trent, Luigi, and Liz were having a lot more fun making comics than me, and that bothered me so much that it was one of the reasons I canceled my Kickstarter in February of 2021. I realized I was doing comics all wrong, and that I wasn't having as much fun as them, and after taking 2 months off and then coming back to it, to now present day, I can honestly say that I'm happy that I read Rags, because I am now the happiest I have ever been making books, because just like Rags, I feel like I can break all the rules and do things my way. For The Girl with the Mega Fist, I drew a 36-page fight scene, 36 pages, and it was initially planned as 10 pages, but I added 26 pages because I was like, screw it. There are no rules. I can do whatever I want. And that's what the team behind Rags is doing. They're telling an amazing story that's filled with so many awesome elements that you can't help but want to be part of the ride and see what happens next. And throughout this entire run, there are a bajillion Easter eggs that showcase what this universe is all about and showcase stuff that they're planning on doing in the future and are already doing. It's nuts. Rags is definitely a must-read for both readers and creators. Readers will get a kick out of the story and the art by Luigi Teruel, and it's just gorgeous art. Everyone loves Luigi's art. Creators can learn from Rags in that it's okay to break the rules, have a silly goose time, and ultimately tell a story that you want to make, no matter how crazy it is. If you want to get yourself a copy of Rags or be part of their Patreon, where you can get updates on the book as well as everything that the team is doing, check out the link in the description. This video isn't sponsored or anything like that. It's just me talking about a book that influenced me, and it's just a book that I think that everyone needs to read, so I wanted to share it with you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my patrons who make it possible for me to make these videos and my own manga. If you want to read The Girl with the Mega Fist, go to patreon.com/drawandtalk and make sure to smash that subscribe button. Have a great day, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Alright, peace.